Well, this is insane. Families reacted as ICE detains 37 workers at Bellingham, Washington Roofing Company. Yeah. Families are devastated after ICE detains 37 workers at Mount Baker Roofing Company in Bellingham. Yeah, I've been hearing there's been a lot of, arrest detainments by ICE for something so stupid. There was one the other day I saw, and I'm going to actually run with it later on, about, yeah, it was about a Latina guy who was deported by ICE because of mistaken a tattoo. They think he was an M13 tattoo. You know what it was? It was an autistic awareness tattoo, but they still, man, like, it's crazy. I mean, they're just detaining random people. Like, I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, it's like it's getting so stupid to the point now. Trump's just like anybody that's a threat to U.S. or his political and national security, they're gonna have him deported. I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, you can be Latino from another country, but you can live here and be a legal citizen born here, or you just have a couple tattoos, but they'll mistakenly say, "Oh, it's game print on it," and they'll just deport you. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
Learning more about the 37 workers detained by ICE at a roofing company in Bellingham. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for the News at 5. I'm Hannah Kim.
And I'm Matthew Smith. Now, we first told you about these arrests on Wednesday, as ICE agents said they carried out a federal warrant arresting multiple undocumented workers.
But now Fox 13's Alejandro Guzman is hearing from the families who are asking the company to acknowledge what they say has been happening for years.
For over 20 years, according to family members. Others started working here just 3 months ago after arriving in the U.S. Loved ones say some of these workers were actually sent home last week after chatter was increasing that ICE would be raiding the company. As two ICE buses drive away, families collapse in tears, their hands reaching out and their voices breaking as 37 men's futures hang in limbo just down the road. Giovanna Perez Juarez witnessed and recorded her nephew get detained by ICE outside his job office at the Mount Baker Roofing Company in Bellingham Wednesday morning. She tells me it breaks her heart, not just for her nephew, Jose Manuel, but for the dozens of families now torn apart.
Después miró un mensaje de él diciéndome adiós, tía.
Giovanna says Jose Manuel called her just after 7 a.m., but she missed his call. Immediately after, she says she received a message saying, "Goodbye, Aunt."
Empieza a gritar, tía, tía, y yo sentí, y nos enseñó que...
Like many other loved ones, Giovanna drove to the roofing company searching for answers. That's when she says ICE had the place surrounded and was detaining workers. She tells me she and her nephew spotted each other. The 30-year-old called out to her and showed her he was already handcuffed. Almost immediately, she says agents ushered him to get on the bus.
Es preocupante también no saber qué va a pasar con él.
But she's not the only one. In tears, Rosa Isela shared her husband Edgar was also one of the ones detained despite having a court hearing next Thursday seeking asylum. She says agents questioned the legality of their paperwork.
Que él pidió pues que lo deportaran porque lo hicieron.
Fearful of jeopardizing their case, she's...
Not only that, it's really been crazy. Some of these people that come over the country that, that get passports or green cards or they get U.S. citizen, their stuff, their paperwork and whatnot is getting revoked or they're just getting ripped up and they're promptly sent, getting deported and detained, arrested.
Decided to keep him anonymous. She tells me the last time she heard from him was this morning, 24 hours after he was taken into custody. She says he's agreed to deportation, claiming he was asked to sign a slew of papers. Otherwise, he'd be held for months.
My father and my family, we had sat down to know the real realization that this could happen someday.
Agneli's father and Joselina's son are also among those rounded up. ICE officials telling Fox 13 they carried out a federal search warrant as they investigated undocumented men working for the roofing company. Loved ones say in the last few weeks the company was taking precautions as there was talk of ICE raids.
Last week, Tuesday.
Here's another thing I wonder. How many of those people that were illegally detained, of the 36 people that were illegally detained, how many of these people that have clean records, no records, not even a moving infraction or violation, let alone speeding? I bet you most, if not all, those people have a clean record.
Wednesday, the office closed down. None of them went to work because they suspected that ICE was going to show up.
ICE says the 37 men were arrested for using fake documents or misrepresenting their immigration status to get jobs. A question I took directly to families.
I did know that there are many people that were using false documents, but to my knowledge, all those people are hardworking.
ICE officials say all 37 men are currently being held at the detention center in Tacoma. I did reach out to Mount Baker Roofing Company asking for a statement. In fact, an employee did walk out earlier today. We had a brief interaction until he noticed he was being recorded, at which point he declined to give a comment either in person or even in writing. As of the hour, we have not heard back from the company. In Bellingham, Alejandra Guzman, Fox 13 News.